The Kershaw County Sheriff gave an update on a shooting that took place near a Duke Energy hydro plant. Sheriff Lee Bowen says it happened late yesterday afternoon on Tail Race Road and no equipment was damaged. No one was hurt. He says despite fears this was an attack similar to the one in North Carolina, he doesn't believe the people involved had bad intentions. He notes the FBI is also investigating the incident for any connection to the North Carolina attack from Saturday. According to the sheriff, there is currently no threat to the public or the facility.
There are 33 hydroelectric plants across the state that generate energy, and security is always a priority. Our Rachel Ripp spoke with state leaders at the Office of Regulatory Staff within the Department of Energy to learn more.
According to the South Carolina Office of Regulatory Staff, this Wateree hydro station generates about 56 megawatts, which, according to experts, powers about 50,000 homes. Now, if any security is breached or if any damage is done to this facility, it would impact hundreds of thousands of people. I spoke to state leaders about how they manage those threats. After shots fired were reported near the Wateree hydro station Wednesday night, security is at the top of everyone's mind. This follows a recent attack on a North Carolina substation. According to Duke Energy, law enforcement and their security team are actively engaged in security patrols, and they have stepped up security measures, specifically at critical assets of the station. The company says, in quote, "We're spending $75 billion over the next decade on grid improvements, which would include investments in making the electric grid more secure from cyber and physical threats," end quote. Nanette Edwards, the executive director of the Office of Regulatory Staff, says the level of security depends on the location and size of the hydro station.
Not a very densely populated area. You could be talking something as simple as fencing around the substation, maybe cameras, but you're not going to have a security guard.
Nanette says there also isn't a specific threshold to meet to activate the state's emergency management department in cases of threat.
An outage, let's say it's 50,000 or more, there are reporting requirements that go up to, certain federal entities. And certainly, if it's criminal, you're going to have the FBI, our state law enforcement, SLED. Depending on what's going on, you can have law enforcement involved in something that we saw in North Carolina, and in fact, I'm sure you're going to see law enforcement looking into this situation in South Carolina pretty closely.
According to the South Carolina Office of Regulatory Staff, any damage done to stations are up to the provider, in this case Duke Energy, to fix. Communicating needs and expectations is most important when it comes to these energy companies working with local, state, and federal agencies. According to South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster, he and his staff have been in contact with law enforcement about this incident here at the Wateree hydro station. Reporting in Kershaw County, Rachel Ripp, News 19 WLTX.
And South Carolina energy leaders say in terms of energy generated, South Carolina focuses on nuclear, natural gas, and coal. Hydro, they say, is a relatively small part of the overall state portfolio.